From the Opopco Studios in Oklahoma City, this is an OU update. I'm Jenny Carlson. Oklahoma has some question marks, even with a very talented team, but one area that's pretty darn solid is the offensive line, and Jason Kersey joins us to talk about the guy that's actually taking over for the biggest loss, Gabe Ikard, obviously an All-American. Jason, no longer with the Sooners, but Ty Darlington moving into that spot. Sooners have to feel pretty good about him taking over for Ikard.
Yeah, Ty Darlington's the guy who started, once as a true freshman when Gabe Ikard was hurt and played well and played significantly in a few other games when they had to move Ikard over to guard 2 years ago. So they have a lot of faith in him, obviously. He's a guy I think they really believe they can build around for the future. And then as far as the rest of the offensive line goes, everyone from Bill Bedenbaugh to the players themselves say that this is the deepest the offensive line at OU has been in years. That they feel like they genuinely have about 10 guys that they can play and feel confident in, and it hasn't been that way, in a while.
What has led to that, Jason? Is that a matter of better recruiting, better retention, better development, maybe all of the above? Bill Bedenbaugh, the new offensive line coach of not so long ago. How does all of that factor together?
Well, I think recruiting plays a role. I mean, one of the guys, a couple of the guys that they're going to count on are guys that they signed recently. Deontay Savage, Josiah St. John, are a couple of junior college guys that transferred in before last season, and I think they feel pretty good about. But also, I think development. I think that's a really big element of this. Bill Bedenbaugh's a tough guy. He's really instilled toughness in them, and I think that he's made the players on the roster better, and that was a big reason that Bob Stoops felt the need to make a change as offensive line coach, and it's obviously paid off.
Hey, lastly, talking about Darlington and Ikard, how do you feel like Ikard might have rubbed off on Darlington? Did he have anything to say to that, and what it meant to be under a guy like Gabe Ikard for these last few years?
Well, I think it made a huge difference for Ty Darlington to sort of learn how to lead under Gabe Ikard. He was a great leader. To also just in addition to just learning how to play the position and all the preparation and intelligence that you have to be the center in an offense like OU's, where it's up tempo. There's a lot of calls and reads that the center has to make, and I think that probably helped learning under a guy like Gabe Ikard. And then there's just I don't know how much of Gabe Ikard's personality is rubbed off on Ty Darlington, but I can tell you that Ty Darlington has already become one of the better public talkers of the team, and we all know how good Gabe Ikard was at that, at being sort of the face of the program. And I think Ty Darlington's on his way to that having that sort of impact as well.
We'll continue to follow his development as well as the rest of that offensive line. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.